Today I will be installing my ECS 3-inch high-flow downpipe on my 2014 Audi A4. The car is stock with one exception, and that being the ECS intake that I have on the car. So the exhaust is completely bone stock. Let's get into the unboxing. So here are the two boxes that everything comes in. Let's get straight to unboxing it. As you can see, I paid $270 in total for this downpipe, and here is a breakdown of everything that comes with it, but I will show you that in a second. So here is everything that came in the box with the ECS downpipe, and to start off we have the main piece here, which is the downpipe, which is 3-inch stainless steel from top to bottom with no restrictions whatsoever. Complete straight pipe here. And the nice thing about this downpipe is that it does not replace the factory catalytic converter, and it bolts up right here to the OEM cat, so you keep all of your emissions stuff. The construction is amazing. I mean, if you look at the tigs around the flex pipe, it is pretty top notch, if I do say so. And next up we have the gasket that goes from the end of this pipe to the catalytic converter, which is nice because this set does come with all new hardware. And here we have the reducer that helps, reduce the size of the pipe from 3 inches to 2.5, because the OEM exhaust on the A4 that I have is 2.5 inches. And of course you have the 2 supporting hose clamps. And here we have the rest of the hardware for the 3 bolts there, or 3 holes there. We have 3 copper nuts, 3 washers, and 3 bolts. Overall, everything here was excellent quality. I mean, everything got wrapped. I mean, the pipe got wrapped in pretty much like a nice seat of foam, so everything was super well taken care of, and there was no issues with shipping or anything. And once again, ECS same day shipping, and for me, because I live so close to them, next day delivery in under 23 hours from initial ordering. So that is absolutely amazing, really. So without further ado, let's get into the installation. So the first step of installing this downpipe is going to be getting the car in the air, somehow just the front. You can use jack stands or ramps if you have them. All that matters is that you can crawl around the car and get some space down there. All right, and the first step of disassembling the old exhaust is going to be undoing the exhaust clamps right there. My car unfortunately got rear-ended about 1.5 years ago, so we have non-OEM exhaust clamps, so those were a little struggle to get off because they were cheap. But once you get that off, you're gonna head up front. All right, so once you get the rear belly pan off, you get access right here, and this is what we're gonna be taking off, and that will allow the rest of that pipe to come off. So the bottom 2 nuts on the original flange can be removed from under the car pretty easily, but the top one, you gotta improvise a little bit if you wanna get it out easily using this contraption. You can see directly down to the engine bay, and those are all your bolts. So if you wanna access it from up here, pretty simple. So here is a side-by-side difference of the OEM pipe and the upgraded 3-inch downpipe. As you can see, it's pretty much the same as it comes off the catalytic converter, but when you get here, it's a lot straighter, and you completely bypass this entire resonator, so a lot more flow. And also, this is 2.5 inches versus this being 3. So should have some more sound. All right, the next step of the installation is to get the pipe in place and attach the 3 bolts with the new gasket, new copper-plated washers, and the bolts itself. It's pretty simple. It's pretty much the exact reverse of taking it off. And next up, we have to hang up the rear with the reducer and hose clamps. All right, now once you get this pipe installed on the back, you tighten down all the clamps and make sure to put the rear belly pan back on the front, and everything is fully installed. All right, now that the pipe is fully installed, we are going to get into the sound testing. There is not going to be a lot of clips in this video, which I'll talk about later, but for now, let's just get into the sound clips.
Like I said, I did not get that many sound clips because honestly I wasn't very impressed with the driving. No interior clips, as I said, because it just sounds like the stock car. Alright, now that I have had this part installed in my car for 2 to 3 months, I can say that it definitely does make a huge difference in the cold start volume and just the idling that comes with that. But once it warms up and idles down, like you saw in those clips, it sounds pretty much the same as stock. It's dead silent once again. Daily driving, there is a slight change in tone of the car. It is a little bit throatier. You can hear it under some acceleration and launches, but it really isn't that loud. And with that, there is no drone at all. Any speed, any RPM, no drone. So you do not have to worry about that at all. The one thing that kind of disappointed me a bunch, actually, when I installed this, is that the revving sound did not change really at all, as you can see. In that clip, I went under a bridge, and I was expecting it to be a little bit louder, and it was not. So that was definitely the most disappointing part. But honestly, I think that was my fault because I should have installed a different part first. Drivability, it did seem to actually open up the car just a little bit more, kind of similar to my intake that I installed. Really just opening up the car a little bit, it does seem to add a little more throttle response, and the power is a little more linear, I would say, but it definitely does not add any more horsepower, so, or gas mileage for that matter. So to conclude this video, I would recommend it to people who have already modified their exhaust a little bit, either having a muffler delete or a center resonator delete, or even a test pipe to replace the catalytic converter. I would not recommend to people with a stock exhaust because there is a very similar part that ECS Tuning sells, the center resonator delete. They're the same price, but that part, kind of sneak peek from my next video, does make a significant change, and I think that would be a way better starting spot for people who want a louder exhaust. But that being said, if you already have that center resonator delete and you got this downpipe, the car will sound kind of crazy. It gets a little rowdy. So if you already have that, then yes, I would 100% recommend this. It is, like, right now I think it is $210 on ECS's website for Black Friday, which is a really good deal considering you get all new hardware and all that. And speaking of that, my next video, it'll be in the description, linked pretty soon. Go watch that. That has a very big difference when I installed a center resonator delete, so that I can say was definitely good. And thank you guys so much for watching today.